A good evening and welcome here to Logan Field on the beautiful Tonawanda Nation as it is time for some First Nations Junior B lacrosse as the Tonawanda Junior Braves take on the Seneca WarChiefs. Hello everyone, my name is Trevor Butts. So happy to be joining you here today for what should be an exciting matchup between two of the First Nations League's best here as the 2-4 Tonawanda Junior Braves take on the 2-0 Seneca WarChiefs. This should be an exciting matchup between these two foes. First time these teams are meeting this season. Had a game earlier in the year postponed down at the Cattaraugus Community Center as we are underway here at Logan Field. First draw is down and possession will go to Tonawanda as the Junior Braves will go on the attack first. Junior Braves running a shorter lineup than they're accustomed to here tonight. Some guys in and out for one reason or another as they're going to have a tough task ahead of them, but this is a Junior Braves team that is coming off of 2 straight wins with a 11-2 drubbing of the Six Nations Fire, their most recent game, and then a 9-6 win over the Allegheny Junior Arrows. Here come the WarChiefs looking for a chance in the corners. Croy Snow. Snow picks it up and plays it up top as the WarChiefs move the ball around. Jaden Kennedy gets it into the middle. Snow, quick pass down low. And in the middle with the shot there was Freeman, but he is denied for the first time today by the Tonawanda Junior Braves goaltender, Jackson Bob Pregel. He is going to be someone you got to pay attention to in this matchup, as if the Junior Braves want to come away with their 3rd win of the season, they're going to need a big game from Jackson Bob. Here's Snow, drops that pass. Now chasing after him there is Kelvin Jonathan. Jonathan looking to force the turnover. Snow keeps hold of it for now. Ball on the far side, into the middle. Huff, quick pass down low, and the shot stopped by Pregel. Jaden Kennedy letting the quick shot go there for the WarChiefs. Lots of talented players here on this Seneca WarChiefs team, why they are one of the most successful teams in the First Nations League, and they are led by some top-notch coaches here in the First Nations Junior B Lacrosse League. Their head coach, Darius Kilgore, an NLL legend, of course, and then some future legends in the making in Kent Baker Printup and Ron John on that coaching staff as well. So a very experienced and veteran-laden team with some experienced coaches make for a good matchup here as the WarChiefs find out as they get back on the attack, looking to open up the scoring here. Joyce John moves the ball to the far side. Garen John looking to create some space. John onto the far side once more. Face dodge there from Kennedy. Kennedy gets to the net, stopped by Pragle. Another save here from Jackson Bob Pragle, as he's had a good start to his game. No test yet of the Seneca WarChiefs goaltender Damian Warrior, as he gets the start tonight. Warrior, a product of Lakeshore High School. He spent his senior year with the Eagles this past year as the WarChiefs stay on the attack. Ball quickly on the near side as Joyce John goes through a helmet and a stick that's laying on the ground, as he'll pick up the rebound in the corner. Pass for Kennedy doesn't connect, but he'll pick it up off the boards. Cross check into the back will draw the ire of the official, and possession will stay here with the WarChiefs. Snow spinning off one man, fakes the pass, sticks with it. Snow back into the middle. Low drive there, going low to high was Joyce John, but he can't find the target. Ball in front. Who's going to come away with it? It's John. John flips it over into the middle. Huff down low. Snow spins off his man, gets to the net, but is stopped by Pragle. Loose ball being fought for in the corner. The WarChiefs have the reset. Can't give this WarChiefs team too many possessions or else they're going to make you pay. Jackson Bob Pragle able to get the save there, as here comes Smith back the other way. Smith can't hang on to that one. Ball bounced just in front of him. Now he's going to have to fight hard to get it back. Smith involved there. Jake Smith has a man knocked to the floor, and possession will go to the Junior Braves as Daniel Fields will pick it up in the corner. Fields goes up top for Kelvin Jonathan, gets it back. Now Abrams with a low shot there, nearly tricking Warrior, but Damian Warrior able to keep it out. His defenders do him a favor and get the loose ball for him. Here come the WarChiefs back the other way. Jackson Mohawk going to slow things down for a moment and flip it over to his man off the bench, Mason Thompson. Croy Snow quickly onto the near side. Brian Freeman. Freeman looking to get to the net, takes the shot, but is stopped. Second attempt goes wide, as that one was Owen Callahan letting it go. Snow going to fight for the loose ball out near midfield, and he's going to get it. Good work here from Croy Snow. Snow gets to the net and scores. Another second chance opportunity is the beneficiary for the WarChiefs on their 7th shot of the game. They find the back of the net for an early 1-0 lead. Here you can see Croy Snow picking it up, and 3-on-2, good numbers for the WarChiefs. Snow beats Pragle down low for the first goal of the game. Here come the WarChiefs right off the draw, looking for a quick chance. Here is the WarChiefs as they go on the attack. Ball into the far side. Garen John looking for a pass. Has one onto the near side. Joyce John has a man down low. Connects on the pass. Flip right back to him, but he can't hang on to it. John fighting hard to get it back, but it ends up right in the stick of Jackson Bob Pragle. Pragle sends an outlet feed that is taken away by the WarChiefs. Here comes Seneca. Back the other way. Quick shot. Stopped by Pragle. What a nice save there for Jackson Bob Pragle, as the WarChiefs able to get another possession, though, on the attack. Snow over to the near side. Toe drag from Freeman. Looking to create some space, but the Junior Braves, Sheehan does a good job sticking with him. Able to get the shot off, but Pragle got a hand on it. Loose ball out for Jaden Kennedy. Now onto the far side. Quickly here to John. John. Skip pass over to the far side. Toe drag from Garen John, and he scores. What a nice goal there for Garen John as the Seneca WarChiefs open up a 2-0 lead. And here you'll get to see toe drag there from Garen John. Gets into the net and beats Prego on the short side to give the Seneca WarChiefs the early 2-0 advantage here in this game. Face off one here by the WarChiefs as they look to add to their early lead. Garen John plays it over to the near side of the floor. John has Snow in the middle. Has a man down low. Coming around in the middle. Low shot there. Stopped by Prego. Reset here for the WarChiefs. Passing in the middle is dropped, but picked back up. Colton Huff fighting hard to keep the possession for the WarChiefs. Now flipped over to number 88 on the near side. Apologies, no 88 on my roster. So he is a mystery man for now. But outside look there, and they score. A rip from Mason Thompson finds the back of the net, and it is a 3-0 lead for the WarChiefs. A goal for Mason Thompson, a goal for Garen John, and a goal for Croy Snow is the scoring so far in this game. Another draw here for the WarChiefs as they are just dominating possession early on in this game. Joyce John with it up top here for the Seneca WarChiefs, wearing their all black with the neon green numbers. I do have to say those numbers really pop, so I can appreciate the designer for that, as no trouble seeing the numbers out there for the WarChiefs as the outside look there for John is stopped. And a heavy hit here in the corner that will draw some attention from the officiating crew. Peyton Palizet a bit too aggressive as he will go sit. Let's take another look at it here. Palizet just goes in. Oh, yeah, no doubt about it. Cross-check through the numbers. Man is going for the loose ball. That is a penalty all day and twice on Sundays, as Palizet will sit for 2 or less as the WarChiefs go on the power play. Snow plays catch, pass it down low. Quick shot on is stopped by Prego. He's going to wait for his defenders to pick it up as he'll flip it back to him, and now he will start the breakout. Prego sends a long pass forward that is picked off. Here come the WarChiefs back the other way as Jaden Kennedy will roll the ball over to Croy Snow. Snow goes to Kennedy. Kennedy skip pass to Freeman. Now Snow behind the back pass down low. Kennedy. Snow can't hang on to that one. Picked up by Freeman. Croy Snow winds up, fires, saved by Prego. Ball goes back into the crease, but officials say everything is okay as Jackson Bob Prego will start the breakout here for Tonawanda. Ball goes all the way down into the corner, and the Junior Braves are able to come away with it. Brayley Abrams passing in the middle, looking for the shot there was Zach Siska, but he can't let that one go. Siska gets it back. Abrams was going for it, but over and back will be the call, and possession will go to the WarChiefs. 42 seconds remain in the penalty to Peyton Palizet. Palizet played his collegiate lacrosse over with Genesee Community College, a goalkeeper for GCC, as the WarChiefs go back on the power play here. Snow with an outside shot stopped by Prego. Garen John going to fight for the loose ball in the corner. Picks it up one-handed and keeps possession. Man up top here for the WarChiefs. Croy Snow Onto the far side. Shot blocked in front. Colton the Huff let the shot go. Now Snow. Outside look there. Stopped by Pregel. Nearly got through the 5-hole of Jackson Bob Pregel, but able to keep the ball in front of him and keep this a 3-goal deficit here for the Junior Braves. Into the corner. Jonathan trying to fight through 2 WarChiefs as he's knocked to the floor. And now a whistle here as a penalty coming up against the Seneca WarChiefs, as Troy Kennedy will head to the penalty box as he will sit for slashing as he was a bit too aggressive on his way to the bench. And Tonawanda will be on the man advantage for the first time today. Abrams goes into the corner. Anthony Abrams. Smith plays catch with Jonathan. Jonathan with outside shot. Stopped by Damian Warrior. Pass here on a break. Quick shot. Stopped by Pregel. Simon White on a break for the WarChiefs was denied by Jackson Bob Pregel to keep this a 3-0 lead here for the Seneca WarChiefs. Junior Braves right now 4-on-4 as a late man comes off the bench. Kieran Regan joins the attack. He has the ball now. Into the corner, Kelvin Jonathan. Low drive, Anthony Abrams. Shot is stopped by Warrior. Good start to this game for Damian Warrior and the Seneca WarChiefs, as he hasn't been tested too often yet in this contest, but that will change as this game progresses. As the WarChiefs trying to kill some time here, 50 seconds remain in the penalty to Troy Kennedy. Looking to get to the net, there is Freeman. Bounces the shot, goes up and over. Shots right now 19-3 in favor of the WarChiefs. So yeah, I was pretty accurate there when saying Warrior hasn't been tested too much. Only 3 shots that he has faced so far. Junior Braves would love to add a couple more here on this power play. Kelvin Jonathan hits Zach Smith, has trouble hanging on to that one. Loose ball picked up now by the WarChiefs. Going back the other way is White with a shot. Bounces that one wide. 2 breakaways on this one penalty for Simon White, but he can't cash in either of them. Good chance, though, for the WarChiefs, as it means they are generating those opportunities even while they are shorthanded, and can already hear some frustration being expressed from the Tonawanda bench. And what the Junior Braves cannot do is let that frustration turn into penalties, as that can really cost them, as we have seen at points earlier on in the season, as a lot of folks down here think there were a few early games on the Junior Braves schedule that really could have went the other way had they stayed out of the penalty box. And I would have to agree, a lot of close games here for Tonawanda so far this year. Quick shot on there is stopped by Pregel, as Garen John, nearly had another. Long pass here, can't connect. Cameron Rubin has to chase it down. Rubin able to come away with it. Sends an awkward pass into the middle that Styles Jonathan can't get to. Loose ball fought for here. Heavy wax being delivered, but it is Owen Callahan who comes away with it. Callahan on a break. Shot is wide. Loose ball out in front. One-handed trying to pick it up is Rubin, having some difficulties there. Heavy hit as Tonawanda's Anthony Abrams was going to pick that loose ball up. And possession will be awarded to the Junior Braves. Styles Jonathan goes to Jake Smith. Anthony Abrams finds Styles Jonathan. Hearing some yells for a cutter through the middle for the Junior Braves. Smith can't catch the pass as he was open there in the middle, but unable to hang on to that one. Styles Jonathan with a low to high rip goes wide. Smith, great pickup. Low shot there, stopped by Warrior. Great play there from Jake Smith to create the opportunity, but Damian Warrior steps up and makes the big save. Now the WarChiefs looking to go back on the attack. Here come the Seneca WarChiefs with the shot. That is stopped by Jackson Bob Pregel. Abrams, his pass into some traffic, and it's picked off. Martin with it, 3-on-1. Pass down low, shot is stopped by Pregel. Another big save there for Jackson Bob Pregel as a push in the back will be called as Brian Freeman steps over Anthony Abrams. As that was not something I'm sure Abrams will take too kindly to, but does the right thing and walks away. Smith with a quick shot, but is denied by Warrior. Jake Smith starting to get into a rhythm here in this game as he looks to create some opportunities for the Junior Braves down low on the crease. Saw him have some big games earlier on in the season, particularly against the Junior Arrows in Tonawanda's first win of the year. Heavy pick there as Jaden Kennedy took about 5 steps to move his man there. No moving pick call, but the shot was stopped anyways. So here comes Kelvin Jonathan. Jonathan gets a screen, has a man down low. Smith with a shot, stopped by Warrior. Now the Junior Braves starting to get some better looks here on Damian Warrior and test the big goaltender for the Seneca WarChiefs. Ball on the far side. Joyce John lowers the shoulder, tries to drive to the net, but was stopped for a moment there by Siska. Ball into the far side. Garen John looking to get to the net. John fakes the pass. Toe drag, spins back, shuffle shot that goes wide. Tremendous effort there from Garen John, but unable to find the back of the net on that attempt. Here's Jake Smith, has the ball in his stick, plays it over to Jonathan on the far side. Kelvin Jonathan looking to get to the net. Jonathan with a shot, he scores! A much-needed goal for Kelvin Jonathan and the Tonawanda Junior Braves as they make this a 3-1 game. And there you can see Jonathan with the individual effort, able to get by his man, get to the front of the net, and bury the 7th shot of the game for the Tonawanda Junior Braves. So far for Seneca WarChiefs, 25 shots on target for them. So quite a disparity as they announced the goal. Jackson Bob Pregel gets credited with an assist on the latest goal by Kelvin Jonathan. Saw Kelvin play up with the Braves senior team in their last game, had a good performance, and even picking up a goal in that one as on the crease there was Jaden Kennedy, and he couldn't keep himself out. Possession will go to Tonawanda. Zach Siska bringing the ball up the floor. Here's Styles Jonathan, man chasing after him as he knocks the ball free. Great check there from Croy Snow to get possession back for the WarChiefs. Colton Huff. Good face dodge to get past Abrams. Huff takes it into the low corner, waits for a man off the bench, and he finds him in Garen John. Freeman looking to create some space. Pass in the middle. Snow with a behind-the-back shot that goes well wide. As this one knocked to the floor, turned over. Freeman into the middle for number 88, looking to create the shot, but nothing there for him. Joyce John has the ball in his stick as we're running 4v4 right now. Shot on there from Freeman is stopped by Jackson Bob Pregel. Pregel sends a quick outlet feed forward. Ruben has it, lost it, taken away by the WarChiefs. John quickly gets it back. Joyce John with a shot stopped there by Pregel. Either that or got deflected in front. I think it was James Messer instead who blocked that one. Now Freeman with a shot. What a save from Pregel. Jackson Bob Pregel sticks the left arm up and denies Brian Freeman of what would have been the 4th WarChiefs goal of the game. Junior Braves do turn it over as Seneca WarChiefs have the ball right back on the attack. Here's Owen Callahan. It's Jaden Kennedy off the bench. Kennedy looking for an opening. Kennedy's still with it. Has his man up top. Bouncer there denied by Jackson Bob Pregel, as he will start the breakout with a pass in the crease to his man and send long for Smith, and it'll go up and out of play, and possession will be awarded right back to the WarChiefs. Tonawanda has had some trouble in this game breaking out of their own end with their clears. Outlet passes have not been the cleanest in this first period so far. Something for the Junior Braves to work on, as we will see another turnover here off of a Jackson Bob Pregel save, giving the WarChiefs another offensive possession. Ball whipped over to the near side. Looking to pick up the loose ball here is the Junior Braves lone goal scorer, Kelvin Jonathan, as he brings the ball up the floor. Here's Jonathan behind the back pass over to the far side. Pass behind the net from Cole Siska doesn't connect, and the WarChiefs are going to bring it up the floor. Simon White, the Lakeshore Eagle, is flying up the floor there for a moment as Colton Huff takes over. John, nice jab step move, gets a heavy pick there from Croy Snow. Officials going to call it as an illegal pick, and the Junior Braves will have the ball with under 30 seconds to go. A quick first period of play as Smith was fighting for that one. Possession will go to the WarChiefs with 23 seconds remaining. Here in the first period of play, it is a 3-1 lead for the Seneca WarChiefs as that shot is stopped. Man on the outside is Kennedy. Quick pass down low. Back for Kennedy. Shot is denied by Pregel. Another big save for Jackson Bob Pregel, as he's just going to ice this one into the corner. A smart decision made by Jackson Bob Pregel there, as we have reached the end of the first period of play. The score, the Seneca WarChiefs 3, the Tonawanda Junior Braves 1. Here on Blue Squatch Productions, the shot totals after one, 32 for the WarChiefs, 7 for the Junior Braves. So quite a gap in that category, to say the least. One more time after one. The score, the Seneca WarChiefs 3, the Tonawanda Junior Braves 1, as we would like to say thank you to our sponsor here real quick before we step aside. Thank you to Flying Head Smoke Shop for their support of Tonawanda Junior Braves Lacrosse. Be sure to check them out if you're 21 and older at 750 Bloomingdale Road, and check out all of their great offerings. At the end of one, it's the WarChiefs 3, Junior Braves 1 here on Blue Squatch Productions. Trevor Butts down on the floor with the NLL Hall of Famer Darius Kilgore. And Darius, you're the head coach of the Seneca WarChiefs, and as you know, a lacrosse legend, a legend of the sport, what do you bring to this WarChiefs team?
I think I bring experience to the team. I can tell them what it takes to get to the next level, and that's what we're here to do is prepare them for the next level. Winning is just a byproduct of us preparing correctly, and we want to prepare these guys correctly to get to junior A or get to the pros, wherever they want to get to.
And you have done a good job with this team so far in this game, a good start for your team, up 3-1. What do you guys have to do to keep the success going for your team into the second and third?
Shoot better. I mean, we probably outshot them by about 15 or 20 that period, and we didn't get the results we wanted, but I mean, we're playing well, and we're just not shooting well. So we shoot a little bit better, and we settle down a little bit more on offense. We'll be okay.
I believe we had the shots as 32-7 in favor of the WarChiefs after that period. And so a big reason why those shots aren't going in has been the play of Jackson Bob Pregel. He's been great for Tonawanda these last few games. What do you guys have to do to solve him?
It's probably the first time that we've seen him, so far this year. So the guy takes a period to get used to shooting against a guy, but just keep putting rubber at him, man. Sooner or later, hopefully we'll break through the wall, but he's playing very well right now and hold him in the game.
Thank you very much, Darius. Best of luck the rest of the way.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Trevor Butts down on the floor saying so long for now as we step aside for the rest of intermission. The score, the Seneca WarChiefs 3, the Tonawanda Junior Braves 1. Back now on Blue Squatch Productions as we are back underway here in the second period of play as the Seneca WarChiefs lead the Tonawanda Junior Braves by a 3-1 scoreline here as we start the second period. A very entertaining first period as a quick shot and a goal for the WarChiefs puts them in front 4-1. Get a look at it here. Just catch the tail end of it as Jaden Kennedy able to tuck that one home as the Seneca WarChiefs now able to extend the lead out to 3. Here's a better look at it. Great feed for Kennedy down low coming from Garen John as the WarChiefs back on the attack quickly, looking for more, but they turn it over. Tonawanda had some trouble holding on to the ball in the first period. Could already hear the shouts of take care of the ball coming from the Junior Braves bench, which had a animated meeting as Jake Smith's outside shot is denied by Damian Warrior, as the captains and leaders of this Junior Braves team were just not happy with the team's performance, and it's very understandable why 30-plus shots allowed, as the WarChiefs were just kind of teeing off on their goalie, Jackson Bob Pragle, and you just can't have that if you want to win games. So would expect to see a different Junior Braves team here in this period, as we know this is a team that is in a lot of these games, and they're never going to give up. Great look there, but Pragle makes the save. Garen John with another good chance for the WarChiefs. Ball into the far side. Joyce John into the middle. Croy Snow, left-handed shot right into the chest of Jackson Bob Pragle. Easiest save of the night for J. Bob as he'll pass it to his teammate Kelvin Jonathan, and we will have a penalty shot as the defender Jonathan touched the ball with his hand in the crease, and I can see Jackson Bob Pragle look up to the sky after that one, knowing the miscommunication might have put him in a tough spot. As apologies, I didn't clip it, but it was pretty clearly grabbed by Kelvin Jonathan. And that'll give a chance here for the WarChiefs on the penalty shot. It's Jaden Kennedy for the WarChiefs on Jackson Bob Pragle. No goal. Kennedy thought he got it, but Jackson Bob Pragle kept it out long enough for when Kennedy landed in the crease. You'll get a look at it here. Good move, and that one might have snuck in as the Junior Braves might have caught a break here. We'll get you another look at it. Kennedy, unless that landing foot touched down, which that might have been what our official was seeing. Ball looked like it went clean into the net, but if that plant foot was on that line, that was a good call by our official. And I'll tell you what, they got a much better look at it than I do, so I'll trust them here. No goal the call. It is still a 4-1 game. The WarChiefs out in front. Ball in the direction of Styles Jonathan, who's heading for a change, looking to fight and get it back now, and he is able to bat it over to a teammate in Abrams. Nearly a catastrophe here for the Junior Braves as they will end up turning it over anyways. Keontae Martin with the ball in his stick on the far side. Into the middle now. Brian Freeman. Freeman, a prolific scorer at GCC. 127 points for Brian Freeman in his career at Genesee Community College. Last year, 65 points, 45 goals in his sophomore campaign. I haven't heard if he's committed anywhere else yet, but I am sure there are going to be a lot of Division 1, 2 schools looking at him. Hey, even those Division 3 schools will give him some looks because he is a very talented player for this WarChiefs team, and he showed his skill with GCC this year as here comes Cole Siska for the Tonawanda Braves. Siska looking to get to the far side, does a good job to protect the ball and keep possession here for the Braves. Ball into the middle, passes knocked down. Here comes Bubby Stevens on a break. Stevens scores! Bubby Stevens buries that one. Another breakaway chance here for the WarChiefs. This time they cash in as Bubby Stevens picks up his first goal of the game. And yes, he was our mystery man in the first period. Had a chance to go down and talk with Darius Kilgore, the head coach of the Seneca WarChiefs. He was able to give me some clarity along with the rest of his great staff, including Ron John and Kent Baker Printup. Wonder how Kent's feeling in this game. A player for the Tonawanda Senior Braves having to come back and coach against the junior squad. Gotta make for an interesting scenario, as I did hear some of the local kids giving him some grief in the pregame warm-ups, as everybody here very knowledgeable and aware of who plays on the top teams, as everyone comes out and supports the Tonawanda Senior Braves. And thank you all for supporting the Tonawanda Junior Braves and the Seneca WarChiefs here, as this has been an entertaining period and change so far, as we'll have a penalty coming up against the WarChiefs. And for the second time today, the Tonawanda Junior Braves power play will head to the floor. And here we'll get another look at the penalty. There you can see Jonathan driving to the net, gets all wrapped up by Andrew Timon, and the Junior Braves will have the man advantage here for the second time today. 0 for 1 so far, as they will start the power play. Holding the call. That gives Tonawanda the man advantage. Here come the Junior Braves. Ball in the middle for Smith. Calvin Jonathan. Smith with a low drive. Stopped by Warrior. That's a nice save for Damian Warrior as the big man shows off his athleticism. Here's Martin coming back the other way, looking for a shot. Takes it, but blasts it wide. Jonathan now going to be chased after by Jaden Kennedy. As we could hear Jonathan give a yell, as I think he's just trying to throw Jaden Kennedy off there. I don't think it hurt him as much as he'd like to believe, as that one nearly gets past Warrior. I don't know how that stayed out. Damian Warrior able to reach back and make the save. What a play there for Warrior to keep this a 5-1 lead for the WarChiefs. 47 seconds remain in the penalty to Timon. Driving to the net, looking for the shot, and he scores! Joyce John, the shorty, makes it a 6-1 lead for the WarChiefs. Let's get another look at this one. One-handed effort from Joyce John tucks that one home. Oh my goodness, gotta see it again here. John short-handed ducks past his man, able to get to the crease and have just enough room to tuck that one-handed past Jackson Bob Pregel. And now, not only are the WarChiefs 26 seconds away from killing off this penalty, they're +1 here with the shorthanded goal. Kennedy, I believe it was Jaden Kennedy, got to see play up with Newtown this past year, this early this year, looked very good in those games with the Golden Eagles, as they look like a very tough team to beat in the Can-Am League coming up. As now here come the Junior Braves looking to get one last shot on this power play as it expires. The shot from Jonathan goes wide. Spencer Jonathan, that is, as the WarChiefs will chase this ball down. Randall John picks it up under no sort of pressure and will wait for his attackers to come off the bench. Instead, now he'll flip it to Bubby Stevens. Stevens onto the near side. Garen John, product of Onondaga Community College, gets to the front but is stopped by Pregel. Thompson goes down low for Freeman, who will switch with him and play it over to John on the near side. Garen John, the former junior Red Hawk, has all kinds of time, and he scores. A defensive breakdown there for the junior Braves leads to the 7th goal of the game for the Seneca WarChiefs. And no fault of Jackson Bob Pregel here. A good pick set. 4 defenders stand and watch as Garen John blasts the 45th shot of the game past Jackson Bob Pregel. 10 so far for the Junior Braves, as the shot margin's getting more lopsided. The scoreboard still in favor of the WarChiefs 7-1, but I'll tell you what, they haven't quite pulled away just yet. Nothing is Game is never over in this game of lacrosse. No deficit is too big as the WarChiefs look to try and keep their foot on the pedal here as they're back on the attack. John onto the near side. Kennedy looking for some room. Goes down low. Quick shot. They score. Tic-tac-toe passing for the WarChiefs, and it's an 8-1 lead. And here we'll see it one more time. Just some great passing. Quick stick on the crease goal for Colton Huff as he gets his first goal of the game. And it is an 8-1 lead for the Seneca WarChiefs. WarChiefs, I mentioned earlier, enter this game with a 2-0 record. Only 2 games on the docket so far, but this doesn't look like a team that's only featured in a pair of games on the year. In those games, they were dominant, nothing short of it. 15-2 win over the Tuscarora Junior Tomahawks, and then a 19-4 win against the Allegheny Junior Arrows. And they're off to a great start in this one, an 8-1 lead over the Tonawanda Junior Braves as the WarChiefs, the class of the First Nations League, back on the attack. John with a shot there, stopped by Pregel. Good left arm save there by Jackson Bob Pregel, as he has been under heavy duress in this game. Shot clock violation here, as that shouldn't be a violation. It definitely hit the arm of Jackson Bob Pregel, so it should have been a reset. I think the topside official recognized that. He stopped play and will make sure possession stays with the WarChiefs, as right now a extra man down at the other end of the floor for Tonawanda. That's why it looks like a power play, but a man will head to the bench for the WarChiefs or just track back as that shot denied by Pregel. Reset there as a late slash delivered by Mason Thompson, knocking the stick out of the hands of Peter Sheehan. No extracurriculars, though, as we are back now 5-on-5 with nobody at the other end of the floor anymore. Freeman, toe drag, gets to the front of the net. Man up top, shot, stopped by Pregel. Oh my, what a nice move there from Brian Freeman. Couple toe drags showing off the skill, but the finish not there for the WarChiefs as they're looking to get the ball up the floor here. Ball on the far side now. Shifting away from some defenders is the WarChiefs' Owen Callahan. Could hear Callahan talk about the slashes he received. Said that one of them hurt him a little bit. Don't often hear anybody admit it as Snow looks to get into the net, drops the ball on the toe drag as Stevens picks it up. Possession still here for the WarChiefs, but it'll be a shot clock violation. Huff's got to dump it into the corner as the Junior Braves get possession back. Kelvin Jonathan, the all-conference selection at Onondaga Community College, goes to Smith. Now Jonathan again. Waves his man off. Jonathan looking for the shot. Stopped by Warrior. A much-needed shot there for the Junior Braves as it feels like they haven't had one in quite some time. Only their 11th of the game. Bounce shot goes high and wide as the Seneca WarChiefs doing a better job getting the shots on target. 49 so far for the WarChiefs in this one. Next one is the big 50 marker. Couple good slashes delivered there by Abrams in defense, but a picture perfect outside rip from Jaden Kennedy beats Pregel to the far post. And it's now a 9-1 lead for the WarChiefs. And Kennedy just had time and room to step in and fire just shy of the top corner, but it was a great shot for Jaden Kennedy as we will have a goalie water break. And during this break in the action, we will give you a quick look at the First Nations Junior B Lacrosse League standings. Or it's actually a timeout call by Tonawanda as we'll give you a look at the standings on your screen here. You'll see them. The Tuscarora Junior Tomahawks lead the way with a 5-1 record. They got 10 points on the season. The Six Nations Fire occupies second place. They have a 4-2 record, 8 points on the year for them, but they are fresh off the back of their 11-2 defeat by the Tonawanda Junior Braves. Here we'll see our matchup today. The WarChiefs sitting in third place. They have a 2-0 record, and look for them to shoot up the standings here in quick order as they can begin to get their games played. The Tonawanda Junior Braves, another team looking to shoot up the standings. They have a 2-4 record as they sit in fourth place, while the Allegheny Junior Arrows round out the field with a 1-7 record. We will step aside here during the break in the action, but real quick before we do, just want to say thank you to our sponsors here for making this show possible. Thank you to Flying Head Smoke Shop. Check them out at 750 Bloomingdale Road here on the Tonawanda Nation. Back now on Blue Squatch Productions as it is a 9-1 lead for the Seneca WarChiefs over the Tonawanda Junior Braves. As we take a look at the chat, Greg, Ron John had that huge goal. Yes, he did. Ron John with a big goal for the Golden Eagles in their game and their win over the Allegheny Arrows. A bit of a surprise initially, but still a great result for Newtown and one that they desperately needed, as Tonawanda trying to get something going on offense here. Can't do it on this possession. They'll turn it over. Turnovers been a bit of a problem for the Junior Braves so far in this game. Got to lessen them if you want to come away with a win, as that shot turned away by Jackson Bob Pregel, as he has had a very good game so far. I'm sure he's not thrilled with the scoreline, but only so much you can do when the shots are a large of a disparity as they are. Smith with the shot right into the stick of Warrior, who makes the save. Here comes White for the WarChiefs. Simon White plays it into the middle. Callahan looking for a chance. Callahan goes down low. Quick shot on. Stopped by Pregel. Might have caught a piece of the crossbar. Let's take a look as the WarChiefs going to stay on the attack. Callahan takes the shot. Pregel able to make the save. Here's your look at it. Yeah, off the crossbar there for the WarChiefs, and a moving pick called here. And possession goes to Tonawanda. Junior Braves need just a good sustained possession here, as it feels like it's been quick one shot and out for the Junior Braves on a lot of these possessions during the game. If they could get some resets here and try and just get some looks on Warrior, it could go a long way in helping them in this game. Styles Jonathan looking to break free. Jonathan with a low shot as he is blown up there. Jonathan back up on his feet, heading to the bench as possession in the stick of the WarChiefs. Simon White. 2-on-2. White has Kennedy off the bench. Here's Kennedy with a shot. Stopped by Pregel. Great look there for the Lakeshore Eagle, Jaden Kennedy, but unable to find the back of the net there, as the Junior Braves able to get back over halfway and start their attack. Fields onto the far side. Abrams with an outside look. Shot goes well wide. Off the official in the corner. Jonathan's got to fight for it. He's not able to get to it. The WarChiefs do a good job securing that possession. Owen Callahan. Or excuse me, not Owen Callahan. That's Jackson Mohawk, one of the best defenders. And he can score too. Perfect shot for Jackson Mohawk. Oh my goodness. Sting in the corner. The 55th shot of the game for the WarChiefs was a beauty for Jackson Mohawk. As Mohawk, product of Northfield Mount Herman, transferred to GCC from Division II Mercyhurst, now Division I, at the time the Lakers Division II. As here comes the WarChiefs with another chance, as White had the shot, but Pregel able to make the save. Here comes Siska the other way. Stopped by Warrior. Biggest save of the game for Damian Warrior. Siska able to get his own rebound, though, and give the Junior Braves a possession. And talking about Jackson Mohawk, though, in his time with GCC, 25 goals this past year, 48 points for Mohawk. So he's a great defender here in the box, but a great attacker out on the field as well. Had 18 points in 21 career games with the Lakers, as White puts that shot right into the pad of Jackson Bob Pregel. Ball moved onto the far side by Henry Fitzgerald. Controlled now by Cole Siska. Cole Siska sandwiched there, and a penalty will be coming up against the Seneca WarChiefs. And for the third time today, the Junior Braves will go on the power play as we'll give you a look at the penalty. And yeah, just a cross check through the back of the numbers. They'll call him on a trip. Either way, possession and the power play here with the Tonawanda Junior Braves as they go on the attack. Jonathan with it in the corner. Abrams. Kelvin Jonathan. Smith looking to go low to high there. Puts it right into the chest of Damian Warrior. Mohawk bringing it up the floor now for the WarChiefs. Mohawk gets a pick from Martin. Mohawk winds and fires. Stopped by Pregel. You can tell Jackson Mohawk is feeling it right now after scoring the last goal for the WarChiefs. Quick shot on there from John is denied as he's looking for his hat trick. Garen John trying to come around the crease. John looking for an opening. John being defended well by Palizé. Palizé able to knock the ball free. Trying to catch Garen John sleeping. Palizé still watching. John does a good first step to get by him. Gets a pick from Mohawk. Toe drag shot on is stopped by Pregel. Not a lot of power in that shot, but you could tell Garen John was going for finesse. Just didn't quite work out for him there. Spencer Jonathan with a shot. No doubt about what Spence was trying to do there. He loves to blast it past the goaltenders. He puts a ton of power on those shots. Kelvin Jonathan into the middle for Abrams. Ball dropped there by Fields. Fields trying to get back to it. Can't find it. Callahan on a break. Quick shot. Stopped by Pregel. Callahan going to race back for the loose ball. He can wait because his teammate Keontae Martin has it. No, the shot on. Stopped by Pregel. Two chances there for Owen Callahan, but Jackson Bob Pregel comes up big for the Junior Braves as it is still a 10-1 game. Ball goes out of play. Possession awarded to the WarChiefs. As we make the last call for the concessions, there is a timeout called by the Seneca WarChiefs. As talking about the concession stand, we got to make sure we give our quick shout out to my main man, Tony, over at the concession stand. Tony, he does it all here for the Tonawanda Junior Braves. He helps with the concession stand, brings us our food. For those that don't know, Jason, Greg, and I, we can all get hangry up here if we don't have our food. Tony does a good job making sure we're all taken care of and fed, as he also does some great security work here as well. He got his work cut out for him in the last game for the Junior Braves. Hopefully he's not needed in that respect here today, but a great guy here that really helps us out, brings our equipment over even without being asked to do so. Just a stand-up guy. Got to give him his flowers here. As we will step aside during the timeout, just want to say thank you to Flying Head Smoke Shop down at 750 Bloomingdale Road. Be sure to check them out if you are 21 and over. Back now on Blue Squatch Productions, we have a new goalie in between the pipes for the Seneca WarChiefs as Brendan D will make his debut in this game for the Seneca WarChiefs here with just over 3 minutes to go in the second period of play as the WarChiefs look to make it a 10-goal lead. Shot goes wide. Long pass here. Bounces right into the stick of Abrams, but he can't hang on to it. Abrams looking to fight to get it back, but having a tough time of doing so. Garen John does a good job to make sure the WarChiefs have possession. Joyce John with it. John shimmies but passes. Huff into the middle. Pass dropped there by Kennedy. Loose ball squirts into the crease as the Junior Braves will break out. Cole Siska getting down the floor. Siska, he's got some speed. Siska looking for a man off the bench. Has it in Smith. Quick shot on. Goes wide of the net. Fields goes up one-handed to get that ball. Can't come down with it. Instead, the ball goes into the stick of Andrew Timon for the Seneca WarChiefs as he goes on a run along the far boards. Brian Freeman looking for his first goal of the game is Freeman as now here comes a man off the bench. Pass into the middle doesn't connect. Croy Snow will chase it down and pick it up and make sure the WarChiefs have control. 8 seconds on the shot clock now. Snow with an outside look, blocked in front. Andrew Warren got in front of that one. The former Akron Tiger wore that one for his team as the Junior Braves look to get on the attack now with just under a minute 30 to go in the second period of play. A fast-moving game so far as these two teams playing high-energy end-to-end lacrosse as this has been a good one. Despite what the scoreline might say, Junior Braves have been in the game. Now they're looking to try and get back into it as a long outside shot there from Jonathan goes well wide. Didn't trouble the new goaltender Brendan D at all. D, a top goalie here for the WarChiefs, getting a run out for the remaining time in the second. Imagine we'll see him in the third, but we will have to wait and see as Joyce John's got one today. Looks to drive to the net. John, one hand on his stick, flips it through the middle. No one there to catch the pass for the WarChiefs. Now back the other way go the Junior Braves. Anthony Abrams winds up, fires, bounces it wide. Loose ball in front, picked up by D. He'll flip it to his man right in front of him in Cook, who will send the long pass forward. Pass into the middle, doesn't connect there. WarChiefs were looking for Mason Thompson. John with an outside shot. Ball drops into the crease, but was scooped up there just in the nick of time by the Tonawanda Junior Braves as we have reached the end of 2 periods of play. The score at the end of 2, a 10-1 lead for the Seneca WarChiefs. The shot totals after 2, 63-16 in favor of the WarChiefs. So a high shooting period for the Seneca WarChiefs. Not so much for the Junior Braves, but still we have lots of action in store for you here as we got one more period coming up. But before we get there, we would like to say thank you to Flying Head Smoke Shop down at 750 Bloomingdale Road for their support. Without their support, these games would not be possible. Thank you so much to them. Be sure to check them out if you're in the area and are 21 and over. As we will step aside now, one more time the score, the WarChiefs 10, the Junior Braves 1. Trevor Butts down on the field with Kelvin Jonathan from the Tonawanda Junior Braves. And Kelvin, what were you thinking on your goal? You got the only one here for the Junior Braves. Describe what you were thinking during that.
I was just thinking that we got to punch back. We went down 3-0 right away, so I was just thinking we had to answer back right away, and that's kind of just what I did.
Now, you guys down 10-1 on the scoreboard, but this game's not over. What do you guys got to do to rally the troops here and get back into this one?
Yeah, we got a short bench, so we just got to keep on grinding, keep on running. It's going to be tough, but it's doable. It's doable.
It's never over in the game of lacrosse. The Tonawanda Junior Braves looking to make sure that rings true here today. Kelvin, thank you so very much for the time. Best of luck.
Thank you.
At the end of two, it is a 10-1 lead for the Seneca WarChiefs over the Tonawanda Junior Braves here on Blue Squatch Productions. Back now on Blue Squatch Productions as we are back underway now in the third period of play as the Seneca WarChiefs hold a 10-1 lead over the Tonawanda Junior Braves. And I know the gap is quite large on the scoreboard, but as I said in my interview with Kelvin Jonathan, no game is out of reach and it is never over in the great game of lacrosse. Junior Braves trying to make sure that rings true, but that one in the back of the net, but no goal, says the official. We'll give you another look at it here. And Simon White steps down in the crease. No goal to call as the Junior Braves on the attack. 16 shots on the game for the Junior Braves. Compare that to 63 for the WarChiefs, and that is quite the disparity as Jake Smith's shot, goes right into the stick of D as the WarChiefs get back up the floor. Bubby Stevens has the ball in his stick. He'll roll one over to Mason Thompson off the bench. Now Snow will toss it back over to Thompson. Thompson spins off his men, looking to get to the net. Thompson being harassed all day by Spencer Jonathan as he jars the ball free. Warren has three WarChiefs chasing after him as he gets pressed onto the boards. Warren loses control. He's going to not give up on it, though, and gets it right back. WarChiefs were expressing their support for their guys, but how about the play of Andrew Warren there as we have Anthony Abrams a little slow to get up there. Looks like he caught one up high. We'll give you a look at it here, and oh yeah, just caught it into the back of the head. And yeah, that is a penalty all day as the Junior Braves will go back on the power play for the fourth time today. High sticking the call for Jordy Cook. Spencer Jonathan with the outside shot gets the reset here for the Junior Braves. Kelvin Jonathan. Skip pass down low. Spencer Jonathan with the shot, but D makes the save. Those two clearly on the same page as Kelvin and Spencer Jonathan with a great passing sequence there, but Brandon D steps up big for the Seneca WarChiefs to make the save. Now here come the WarChiefs on the attack. Spinning away from his defender is Simon White. White looks for a feed into the middle, has Stevens. Stevens flips it back to White on the doorstep, denied by Pregel. Big save made there by Jackson Bob Pregel to keep this a 10-1 game as the WarChiefs still out in front. But, you know, the Braves looking to try and get their second goal of the game here on the power play. Trying to get that donut out of the power play column. Ball passed down low, but off the stick of Ruben into the corner and picked up by the WarChiefs. Long feed down low, caught, and shot was on target there from Randall John. My goodness, I don't know how he caught that and released it all in one motion. Just to be denied by Jackson Bob Pregel. Tough spot there as Jonathan blows it past D. The 20th shot of the game finds the back of the net for the Junior Braves. Ends the drought as the Jonathans each have the goals for the Junior Braves. One for Spencer, one for Kelvin, as it is now a 10-2 scoreline here as the buzzer sounds at Logan Field. Clock is running. And procedural violation on the faceoff will give possession to Styles Jonathan and the Tonawanda Junior Braves. Styles working on Simon White. Gets it into the middle for Fields. Daniel Fields. Behind the back pass. Connects with Styles. Outside look from Styles. Jonathan goes wide. Loose ball skips past Abrams. Here comes White on a break. Shot on. Stopped by Pregel. White caught a piece of Pregel on the follow through there as well as Jackson Bob's at a knee. Back up as Simon White has the possession. And the fresh 30 for the WarChiefs as a reset's called for, but it's not needed. Brian Freeman sneaks that one past Pregel, and they get the goal right back. It's 11-2. And there you see Freeman does a good job to create some separation between him and Abrams and then puts it past Pregel on the WarChiefs' 69th shot of the game. And that was a good one there from Brian Freeman. Believe it or not, his first goal of the game. Freeman, a guy who has had a ton of success over at GCC. Mentioned this past season, 13 games, 45 goals, 65 points. Could be another one here for John, and he scores. Garen John gets the hat trick, and the WarChiefs lead it by 10. And you can see John all alone on the doorstep. Nothing that Jackson Bob Pregel could do about that one. The hat trick goal for Garen John. And I was talking about Freeman and his great success stories over at GCC. Well, how about Garen John and his success over at OCC, the Onondaga Community College man? Has had a great year with OCC last season. 2024 year, he had in 10 games, 6 goals and 8 points. A former Onondaga Junior Red Hawk, Garen John, as Kennedy back on the attack now for the WarChiefs. As you know, the Seneca WarChiefs are going to look to add some more to the total. As the shot goes into the stick of Jackson Bob Pregel. So the outlet connects. Cisco with a shot denied by D. Able to get his own rebound, though. Good work being done by Zach Siska for the Junior Braves to keep them on the attack. Siska puts a stick up and has it knocked down, though. Keontae Martin knocks it free, and he connects with Stevens on a break. All alone, Stevens scores! Bobby Stevens gets another. And the WarChiefs continue to dominate this one. They lead it 13-2. As we'll get you another quick look at it. Stevens very aware, knew where he was at all times, knew no one was near him. Dances on the crease and does just enough to beat Pregel for the 13th Seneca WarChiefs goal of the game. Another chance there for the WarChiefs, but Pregel makes the save. Loose ball out in front, picked up by the WarChiefs. Freeman has the possession, takes a nice cross check from Palize, looking to knock the ball out. Unable to here. Freeman gets it in the middle. Snow, quick pass down low, but falling into the crease was a WarChief, as that was Colton the Huff who lost his footing down on the doorstep, leading to the turnover. Ball up top here for Tonawanda. Now over to the near side. Abrams goes to Smith. Now Jonathan looking for the shot. Gets it off, but D makes the save. Pass into the middle is picked off. Here come the WarChiefs up the floor. Martin matched up with Fields as the two nines collide. Now onto the doorstep. Stevens scores. 2 in a row for Bubby Stevens as he now has a hat trick, and the WarChiefs extend the lead. and nothing much that Jackson Bob Pragle or any goalie in that situation could really do. Just some good looks and an open man right on the doorstep. And Bubby Stevens, a great player for this WarChiefs team, not going to miss chances like that all too often. Peyton Palizet scoops up the loose ball off the draw, looking for an option. Pass is deflected, but is secured by Cole Siska. Siska pressed up against the boards by Mohawk. Gets past two of them now. Siska gets a pass down low. Shot on. Stopped by D. Spencer Jonathan nearly tucked it home. But a good save made by Brendan D to keep the Junior Braves at just two. It is a 14-2 game with just over 9 minutes remaining here in the third period of play. Kelvin Jonathan picks up the ball and is pressed up against the far boards. Can hear the WarChiefs players claiming that Jonathan's holding it, but ball pops free, picked up by Joyce John. John on a break. John looking for the chance, doesn't find it as he holds on. Now him and Siska battling it out in the corner. John gets it up for Callahan with an outside look, but Pragle makes the save. Smith looking for Spencer Jonathan down low, can't connect. Just over 8 to play now in the period, and they score. Another one here for the WarChiefs as Freeman tacks on another. It is a 15-2 lead for Seneca as there you'll see Freeman with a great move gets into the middle and buries it to the low corner. His second of the game. And my goodness, this is a very good looking Seneca WarChiefs team so far. Took care of the Tomahawks 15-2 in their first game of the season, then a 19-4 win over the Allegheny Junior Arrows. And I know the Tonawanda Junior Braves are a bit short-handed tonight, but it has been a dominant game for the WarChiefs so far as they're looking to add another. Shot on, stopped by Pragle. Might have caught a piece of the post, but either way, it stays out. Loose ball out near midfield, picked up by the Junior Braves for a moment as Smith had it, but loses control. Now here come the WarChiefs, 2-on-1. Snow with a shot, doesn't end up taking it, fakes his way out of a shooting spot, and then loses control. Now here come the Junior Braves. Back the other way. Jonathan calmly gets the ball over the halfway line as he waits for some friendly faces off the bench and finds it in Spencer Jonathan. Spencer with an outside shot soaked in front. Mohawk, I think, stepped in front of that one as ball now turned over. Jonathan with an outside shot deflected there in front as the defender Timon getting in front of it. Now a nice save the other way for Jackson Bob Pragle as he sticks the right arm out to deny the WarChiefs for another one, as it was Stevens looking for his fourth goal of the game. Gonna see some 3-on-3 lacrosse now as two guys for each team down at the other end of the floor. So plenty of room for these guys to operate as the shot goes up off Pragle onto the far boards. Possession secured here by the WarChiefs. John with a nifty move. Moves the ball down low, but it goes into the crease of Jackson Bob Pragle. Possession now to Tonawanda as Abrams finds Spencer Jonathan. Jonathan, return pass to Abrams. He's got to lower the shoulder and try and go through someone as Abrams looking to get through Colton the Huff. Not an easy task for anyone as the ball pops out. And the whistle is blown here and a penalty coming up against the WarChiefs. Colton the Huff, the guilty party. Just on the right side of your screen there, you'll get a look at it. As Huff just a bit over aggressive in his cross checks. That will draw a 2-minute penalty. And for the 5th time today, the Junior Braves on the man advantage. Kelvin Jonathan into the middle. Jake Smith winds, fires, scores! Big goal for Jake Smith, the Akron senior, who buries that one. 3rd goal of the game for the Junior Braves, and that will just help them with some momentum as they try to just do what they can late in this game to build off of it into their next game, as the Junior Braves will have to get ready as they got another date with the Seneca WarChiefs coming up on the 22nd of June. That one set for a 3 p.m. game down in Cattaraugus. Be sure to head down there and watch that one, as I'm sure it'll be an exciting affair between these two teams again, as WarChiefs have a lot of games coming up in short order, as they got a jam-packed remaining month of June, along with some games into early July, as well as they look to try and get everything completed here before we get into the playoffs. WarChiefs had some trouble with the high school seasons, which some of these junior programs have had, getting all their players there and ready. But everybody is here and ready to go now, and this WarChiefs team looks like a wagon and a force to be reckoned with, as the shot clock will expire on them here. Possession goes to Tonawanda. Junior Braves trying to get it up out of their own zone with under 3 minutes to go, as Cisco will have the possession. Zach Cisco, that is, and he'll pass it over to the far side. Styles Jonathan will return the feed back to Kelvin Jonathan. Kelvin winds up, fires, bounces it wide. Cameron Rubin will chase it down with 10 seconds left on the shot clock. He'll send a long pass forward that goes into the WarChiefs bench, as they'll chirp Rubin about that one, as they tell him to keep it in play. And with just over 2 minutes to go now, the WarChiefs back on the attack. Ball on the near side. Croy Snow looking to add another to his tally. Just the one I have Snow with, as Freeman dances in front, but Jackson Bob Pragle makes another nice save. Scoreline may not reflect it, but Jackson Bob Pragle has played a great game here today and has really done all he can to give the Junior Braves a chance. But the WarChiefs just a bit too much here in this one for Tonawanda. The shots 87 to 26 in favor of the WarChiefs. A large disparity in that category, as Seneca WarChiefs are near the 100 mark, as Croy Snow bounces it through the wickets of Pragle for the 16th goal of the game. Croy Snow gets his second, and there you'll get a look at it. Pragle had a good read on it as Snow bounced it to the far post, but a great shot there from Croy Snow, a guy who played his minor lacrosse here in Tonawanda, now having some great success with the WarChiefs, as looking for a chance there was Tonawanda's Andrew Warren, but he is denied by D. Jake Smith back on defense, delivering some heavy slashes, forcing the pass to go awry from Jaden Kennedy. As we are now just under 30 seconds to go, Brendan D will pick it up and throw it forward as the WarChiefs go back onto the attack. Freeman gets into the middle, looking for a shot on Freeman. Stopped by Pragle. Another point-blank opportunity for the WarChiefs, as Jackson Bob Pragle makes another big save. Tonawanda looking to get the ball up the floor, as Palize is surrounded now by WarChiefs. Palize looking for a shot, but he is going to run out of time. Pass was taken away anyways by Garen John, as that will do it for today's game. The final score, the Seneca WarChiefs 16, the Tonawanda Junior Braves 3. As one more time, the final shots, 27 for the Junior Braves and 83 for the WarChiefs. Apologies, it was 81 earlier. I said 87, but 83 shots the final total for the Seneca WarChiefs. They were dominant throughout this game, and credit to them. The WarChiefs will improve to 3-0 under their great leadership of Darius Kilgore, Kent Baker Printup, and Ron John. They look to keep the good times rolling as the WarChiefs will head over to Cornerstone Arena tomorrow night for another 8 p.m. affair, this time with the Tuscarora Junior Tomahawks. Will be there at Cornerstone covering all the action for you, as that one should be another exciting game. It'll be the second time those two teams meet up this year. After that game, the WarChiefs will be back home for 3 straight games, all at home against Six Nations, Tonawanda, and Tuscarora on the 21st, 22nd, and 23rd of June. As for the Tonawanda Junior Braves, their next game on the road against the WarChiefs on June 22nd, and then they will head into the month of July with 3 games to play against Six Nations, Tuscarora, and then they'll close out the year against the Seneca WarChiefs. There is a game to be made up against Allegheny, I believe, so that one will be scheduled at some point, but no known date yet. Junior Braves fall to 2-5. The WarChiefs improve to 3-0 here, as I will now begin to make my way down the field looking for a post-game interview for all you fine folks still watching. Be sure to stay tuned here, as I'll look to go and do that shortly. One more time, the final score, 16-3 in favor of the Seneca WarChiefs. Trevor Butts down on the floor with Garen John of the Seneca WarChiefs. And Garen, you were really feeling it out there during this game. You know, tell everybody at home what you were seeing down on the floor.
Just finding our open spots, like we've been going over in practice. We want to find that open spot and push it there. Always force the next play. If it's there, it's there. If it's not, pull it out, reset. Then it'll fall in place.
You guys did a great job defensively in this game. Describe the work that was done by your D guys throughout this entire game.
Yeah, good week of practice. You know, our offense pushes our defense to get better. Our defense pushes us to get better. It all comes down to how hard we work in practice. They come out hot, we come out hot. It all starts in the back end.
You guys, as an offensive unit now, were able to get, I believe 83 was the final total shots on Jackson Bob Pregel, able to get over 15 of them passed. What does that speak to about your guys as an offensive unit, that you were able to finally solve the Pregel mystery?
Just find our open spots, You know, we knew he was a jumpy goalie. Just had to throw a fake in here and there. Just whatever happens, happens. You know, he's a good goalie, good young goalie. He shut me out. You know, fuck. Oh, my bad.
Don't worry, it's all good, Garen, as we will say goodnight now from Logan Field. Garen, thank you so very much for your time. Best of luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Trevor Butts saying so long now from Logan Field, and thank you all so very much for watching Blue Squatch Productions.